Alright guys, I'm Dominic and this is the World Class Happiness channel. Um, Today's message is going to be about how to deal with negative people in society and on social media especially. Now, I'm making this video off the back of a video that I saw which is posted by David Goggins. Now some of you might know David Goggins. I'm a real David Goggins fan. He's an ex-military guy from America. He's now an ultra marathon runner and he's a motivational speaker. I personally love him and I think he's brilliant because he doesn't mince his words. He's a straight talker, much like a lot of my old judo coaches and martial art coaches when I was growing up. So I can really kind of resonate with people like that. Now I'm not like that personally, but I like that for getting a message across and how, you know, getting things to sort of hit home to me personally, and you might be one of those people. Now, the message that he was putting out, which was, he was saying that he gets lots of messages from people asking how to deal with bullying and racism and stuff like that. And the message that he gave back, or the answer that he gave, was very similar to a video that I put out a few weeks ago, which was something like, why do we, I forget exactly what the title was, but why do we get upset by everything, or something like that. Now, my message in that video was like how, you know, we tend to bite at things on social media and how we need to maybe just leave it alone. Now he was saying something similar in terms of, you know, those problems aren't going away anytime soon. Okay, so we're not going to get people to stop being racist. We're not going to get people to stop bullying. But what we can do is obviously deal with it differently ourselves. We need to harden our minds and kind of, in a lot of ways, just kind of let it go over our head and ignore it. All right, now that might be quite easy to say. Certainly in terms of racism, that might be easy to say for a white guy who's a middle-aged white guy. That's quite easy for me to maybe say that. But he's a black guy and he's talking about racism amongst other things. Okay, so the message is the same no matter what. Now, if we're going to talk about racism, for example, and obviously we've just been through the whole George Floyd situation, which was terrible. You know, it doesn't matter where you come from, or you know, what color you are, what background you come from. If you're a good person, that's just terrible what happened, and it shouldn't have happened. Now, that led to the whole Black Lives Matter thing, which then led to, oh well, what about White Lives Matter? What about All Lives Matter? It's all just rubbish, really. Now, when I say rubbish, I'm not trying to make light of the situation. What I mean by that is that we should just shut up about it. All right. Now that is the solution to racism, in my opinion. Okay. It's not going to solve it overnight. It's not going to solve it overnight. But I've got lots of real good black friends, real good Asian friends, you know, mixed race friends, whatever, real good friends, and I would give this message to them as well. And my message is that you should just not comment on anything like that. So as soon as a Black Lives Matter issue come up, or anything to do with racism comes up, just don't say anything. Just don't get on social media. Don't comment. If anyone comments to you about it, don't bite at it. Don't kind of keep bringing up these old issues like you've got a chip on your shoulder, even if it makes you upset, even if it makes you feel a little bit, you know, like, you know, you don't like to hear it. But basically when you put your comments across, oh, this is wrong, you need to stop doing that, you're just fueling the fire, basically. Okay, and the way to deal with it is to basically ignore it, let it go over your head, and don't focus on it. And that was pretty much what I said a few weeks back. And I think at the time I was talking about the issue with Meghan and Harry, and the interview that they had with Oprah, and the big sort of impact that it made. All right. none of us are talking about that now. We're a few weeks on, and I said that would be the case. None of us are talking about that now. And a few weeks ago, there was people arguing backwards and forwards about whether they were wrong or right. Exactly the same about Brexit, exactly the same about politics, and exactly the same about terrorism and all those different things, religion. People argue backwards and forwards all the time, but all we need to do is just shut up. You know, if you're going to comment on things on social media or anything online, make sure it's positive. Make sure it's positive. Everything's positive. If you're going to say something about race or racism or bullying, make sure it's all positive, positive, positive. No negative stuff, because when you do that, you're basically fueling the fire. And there will be bullies, there will be racists and prejudiced people in general, but they're also ignorant people. And I think that was the title of David Goggins' message: confidence over ignorance. Confidence over ignorance. So we need to rise above it. We need to be confident in who we are ourselves, regardless of our race or background or whatever. We need to be confident in ourselves and confident that we've got a tough enough mind that we can just let all those things go over our head. And that is how to conquer racism and anything that is prejudice. Just shut up about it. All right. If we stop talking about it, there's nothing then to kind of to get people upset about or whatever. And that is basically it. And it sounds so simple, and it sounds like, well, that'll never work, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. All right. If you do it and people then look at you as an example and then follow, gradually what happens is it lessens, and certainly in your head it lessens, and you don't get involved with any conversations where people have a chance to be racist or have a chance to bully you or have a chance to be prejudiced in any way on any issue, and then you're not focused on it. And when you're not focused on something, you're not upset about that issue. Okay, and that's how to not be upset by those issues. Just focus on something that makes you happy. All right. And I said this on social media: if you don't like a comment, if there's something that really upsets you, don't comment on it. Just leave it. Go on to just look for something that you do like and is positive, and something you do want to comment on that is positive. And that's the way to conquer racism or any issue that is negative. Okay, just shut up. And as simple as that. Okay, if you like what we're talking about on the channel, please subscribe. That does help out. And I'll see you on another video. Cheers, guys.